Right, welcome. So if you're here, you want to learn how to actually make money with Shopify dropshipping. Now, I won't teach you how to create a store, how to source the products, because that's all on YouTube, right? That's easy to do. The hard part is to actually sell the product. And oftentimes people spend a ton of time building the store, making it look perfect. They spend a ton of money in that, but then when it comes to actually selling the product, they cannot do it. So in this course, I'm going to show you step-by-step free marketing strategies that you can leverage today, starting today, to make money and actually sell your products. That's the single most important thing, is to actually sell the product. So without further ado, let's dive in. Any questions you have, comment them down below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. So yeah, let's start with making money with actually selling your dropshipping products. Let's do it. Okay, so we're here. We have a lot to cover, so let me just jump straight into it. So how to make your first $10,000 a month with Shopify dropshipping using only free marketing methods. Now, I assume you already have a product and a store set up. If not, go do that, right? It's free to learn here on YouTube how to select a product, how to source a product, how to set up a Shopify store. This is some quite basic stuff. I don't want to dive deep into that because, anyone can do it, right? You're here to learn how to grow and market your store to actually make money with it. So again, I'll show you how to market it, i.e. make money off of your product or store using free marketing methods, again, step by step. If you follow this step by step, if you apply every single thing I teach here, you're bound to make money, okay? Now, this is going to be boring, like I said, but it's going to be worth it, right? Because again, you're not here for flashy edits. You're not here to actually see me look cool, right? You're here to actually learn the boring stuff because it's actually the boring stuff that makes you make money, right? Simply as. So let's dive in. Now, first things first, and again, we're going to be leveraging solely free marketing methods, so no ads, is you're going to be leveraging search engines, right? And when you think of search engines, think of Google, you think of Bing, right? But it doesn't just need to be a written search engine like Google and Bing, right? You can and should be leveraging other search engines like YouTube. For example, you found this video on YouTube, this video on YouTube by searching for Shopify dropshipping course or a similar type of keyword, right? And there's other search engines, YouTube, there's TikTok, there's Amazon, there's Etsy, eBay, Twitter, Instagram, etc., right? All these platforms or engines where people search from, meaning search engines, right? These are places where you can put your products, right, your Shopify store products in front of people, right? But now, how do you actually rank number one when people search for your products or problems they have, right? That's where SEO comes in, right? Now, I'll dive deep into what SEO is, but again, you want people to search for your products or problems because, for example, let's say you have a product that helps with, I think I saw a product like yesterday on TikTok with period cramps for girls, for women. You want someone searching for how to overcome period cramps, how to soften the period cramps, right? How to overcome them, right? That's an issue they have, right? And by them searching for that issue, and your video or your blog post or your assets showing up for them, right? They're searching for that problem, and you give them a solution. The solution being your product, right? So again, they can search for your product in this example, right? Period cramp removal or period cramp softener, right? Whatever, right? I think you get this, right? Or they can search for the problems they have, how to reduce period cramps, right? And they search for the problem, you give them the solution. Or if they search for the actual product itself, again, your product shows up there as well, right? But now again, I want to dial this in, right? Because again, all of these are search engines, right? YouTube, Google, TikTok, Amazon, eBay, and all of these can be optimized, right? Again, essentially what these all are is a box with a text thing right here. And you search for stuff. And again, on Amazon, product listings appear, right? On YouTube, video listings appear, right? On Google, text listings appear, right? On TikTok, video listings appear, right? On Etsy, product. So all these come down to the same thing. Now, your goal is to be ranking number one on these search engines, right? It doesn't matter what search engine it is. Of course, different products maybe would be better optimized for different search engines. For example, a very visual product, maybe you'd be better off optimizing for YouTube or TikTok, right? A less visual product maybe be better off optimizing for Google and Bing, right? But again, we're going to be breaking this down, all of it in this course. But again, I just want to understand that all these are search engines, and we're going to be leveraging these search engines. We're going to be ranking our product number one, so that people, when they search for our product name or our product, the issue our problem solves, right? Our product solves, we show up number one. Now, again, this is done through SEO, which stands for search engine optimization, right? Again, why SEO? Because it is a free organic marketing channel. Simple as that, right? Now, how does it work? It is honestly quite simple, and you will understand it. It's not easy to do though, but it's simple. But again, I'll go over exactly how to do it. Now, here's an example. These guys right here. Epic Gardening. These guys do, I think, $70 million a year, if not mistaken. And essentially what they are is they're a Shopify store that sells gardening supplies, right? You can go here and buy all the gardening supplies, right? What's this? Plant beds, right? Plant soil, right? All this stuff, right? If you're into gardening, in the gardening niche, they essentially dominate the gardening niche, right? They sell all these supplies. Now, how does this example apply to this, right? What they do is they have on their main domain, they have a blog, right? All these things you see here, this is a blog post, right? 27 best seeds to start indoors early spring, right? And if you scroll through this is just a regular blog post with a proper table of contents, right? Links to other articles of theirs, right? Another article of theirs. Links to, there's even ads here. Links to, I think this is one of their products. Actually, links to their own products inside. Actually, I think this is an affiliate one. Links to their products inside of the post, right? All is properly optimized with a bunch of text, optimized for certain keywords, right? And the goal of this asset, in this case, it is a text-based asset, is to, when people search for certain keywords that this article in specific is optimized for, this article will show up first. For example, if you search for best seeds to start or best indoor plant seeds, right? Again, best indoor seeds, right? For spring, right? Their goal is to optimize, I think, for that keyword most likely, so that this article ranks first. Again, like I say here, they rank first, right? And people click it, they read through the article, they get introduced to the brand, right? Maybe they might not buy, right? Maybe they just skim through this and say, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But maybe they do scroll down to the end, and maybe there's a call to action for people to buy their products, right? And if you, it's breaking now. If you do this enough, if enough of your articles are ranking, if your blog has a bunch of articles, just like these guys have, they have a ton of articles in their blog, right? A ton of articles dedicated and targeting multiple of these keywords. And I'll show you exactly how to do it, right? In just a second here. Eventually, more and more people get introduced to your brand. They start browsing your products. They start growing to your Shopify store. Maybe they subscribe to your email list, right? And when you capture the email, I mean, you can promote to them endlessly, essentially, right? So they're leveraging, right, Google in this case, to introduce people to their brand, okay? And that's what SEO is, right? Essentially, it's optimizing a piece of media, whether that's video, audio, or text, for certain keywords. So when someone searches for those keywords, your piece of media shows up first. Like, for example, this video, my goal is that it shows up first on YouTube when you search for Shopify dropshipping course, right? And by people searching for that, and by my piece of media showing up first on YouTube, people get introduced to my brand. Maybe people buy my products, right? That's the whole goal. Everyone's trying to sell you something all the time. That's why you're here as well, right? You're trying to sell 10K a month or more with your Shopify dropshipping store. Now, there's 3 pillars when it comes to SEO. And again, I'll go over all the specifics, right? How to find the keywords and all that. I'm just going to go over an overview and go over the whole thing before I dive deep into stuff, right? Now, there are 3 pillars when it comes to SEO, right? We have the on-page SEO, we have the off-page SEO, and we have the technical SEO. On-page SEO is every single thing that happens on your site, right? For example, in these blog posts right here, on-page SEO is what you write, how you write, the things you put in here, right? For example, this author bio box, this gives this article a bit more authority, in Google's eyes, right? It's written by this person, last updated last year. It is a 27-minute read. There's a picture, right? So essentially, if you were to be posting in the same niche as these guys and you just post a quality article, but they are posting and adding this extra on-page SEO thing here, Google will see these as a more authoritative source and rank them higher. Now, there's a bunch of factors for SEO. It isn't that simple, but all these things add up, right? Having an author bio, having images, having videos, having a table of contents, having links, right? All these little factors that you add that increase the user's search experience, right, are a good thing for Google, because Google wants to provide their searchers, me and you, with the best experience possible. That's why when you search for something, usually authoritative publications show up, like Forbes, right? And not like these random blogs, right? Same thing for YouTube, right? When you search for something, usually YouTube promotes videos from authoritative channels because they know, based on past experience, right, and based on numbers, right, that these channels are
the most authoritative channels in the space, so they promote them. Same thing for blog posts, right? You can even go here and probably check out their profile, the articles they've written. So there's some authority behind this post. It isn't just some random post. There's authority behind it because it was written by this person that wrote a bunch of them and that is an expert in gardening, okay? So just take that in mind. Now, again, on page is everything that happens on the page. The intro, how you write it, why you write it, the images, the tables of contents, the bolded words, these interactive things right here. If there are links, right, links linking out to other articles of yours, right, there should be some links here somewhere linking out to other articles, which we call internal linking. This links out again to another article of theirs, right? There's internal links. There should be external links. For example, if you make a, state a fact, right, if you say something that you should be giving it the source, right? For example, you say, this study found that these many plants are great because they provide XYZ benefits for health. You should be linking out to the study where they found that, right? Documenting your sources, external links, right? All this stuff, again, all these little things are what we call on-page SEO. And don't worry, we'll dive deep into this later on. Now, off-page SEO are backlinks, essentially. Now, going back here, we need 3 pillars because if you just target one of these pillars, you won't get ranking number 1, right? But we'll dive deep into that later on. Now, again, off-page SEO essentially is backlinks, right? Let's say this is my site, right? Actually, this is my site, and I have a blog on the /blog, right? So just like this I have right here. Okay. Now, on my blog, I have multiple different articles, right? Let's say my blog is about finance, right? And this article in specific talks about the best stock picks for 2024, right? And I have all this. I have a featured image, I have a table of contents, I have in-article images, I have videos, I have bullets, tables, quotes. These articles interlink between each other, right? Because that's a good thing about SEO. I have also external links linking out to authoritative sources to cement my claims. For example, I'll link out to Forbes, maybe I'll link out to Investopedia, maybe even Bloomberg or TechCrunch, right? It is a properly optimized article, so I have the on-page SEO aspect of it nailed down, right? It is a great piece of media that people actually want to read and people actually learn something from it, right? That's the best thing you need to know about on-page SEO. Now, it is such a great piece of media that Forbes starts picking it up, right? And they link to me, right? Also, maybe Wikipedia. So I don't know Wikipedia, but for example, maybe even Bloomberg starts picking it up and they link to me, right? They write an article on their site, right? And they say, listen, this guy named Vasco wrote this amazing blog post about the best stock picks of 2024, and they link out to me, right? These are backlinks, right? These are backlinks. And links from these authoritative publications are amazing, right? I mean, yes, we can also have people linking to us from their blogs, but they're just a random blog, right? A personal blog. But a link from Forbes and a link from Bloomberg are much more valuable than a link from just a random blog. Why? Because again, Google values Forbes and Bloomberg over this random blog because Google knows that these guys are an authority in the space, right? So again, it's not when you talk about off-page SEO, it isn't just about the number of links you have, it's about the quality of the links you have. And I'll show you here a quick example. If I go here to my Ahrefs dashboard, this is my personal site right here. We have 12,000 backlinks, right? This can be good, can be bad, but the thing is that we want to look at the referring domains because multiple domains, right? Forbes can link 1,000 times to us, right? And that's just a bit of a tangent, but the more times one domain links to you, the less the value of the links of each link is, right? But if we go here to the backlinks we have, the 12,000 links right here, we see, if I sort by DR, a bunch of them here aren't really that good, right? Look at this, right? This is not really that good of a backlink because nothing wrong about this site, but because it is a site with no trust in Google's eyes. No DR, no UR, no traffic, right? Again, it is a good thing to have this backlink because every backlink is a nice push towards the rankings, but I mean, you got to pick and choose your backlinks and you got to understand that some backlinks aren't really that valuable, right? But again, I just said now that each backlink helps you push up the rankings, but again, it's not really that linear, right? It's not just because you have more backlinks than the competitors, you're going to rank first. That's not the truth because you have to have all of these 3 pillars nailed down: on page, off page, and technical. Now, speaking of technical, this is all the boring stuff that happens on the site. For example, the meta descriptions right here. If I hover my site right here, my cursor right here, actually, if I do this, I'll show you real quick. these the meta title, the meta description, right? The schema markup, the site speed, all these little technical boring stuff about SEO is what we have in terms of technical. Because, for example, I'll give you an example. For speed, right? Let's say someone's searching for best gardening supplies or for beginners in 2024 or something like that, right? And we actually show up first for that keyword, right? Someone searches for it and we show up first. We're here first. And our competitors are down here, actually in third, right? Okay. These are our two competitors, competitor 1, competitor 2, right? And if someone searches for that, they click our site and our site takes so long to load, 5, 6, 8 seconds, what's going to happen is that people are going to just go back, they're going to scroll down and click the second and third result, right? And eventually what's going to happen is Google's going to see, okay, a lot of people are searching for this keyword, they're going to this site, they're just bouncing off a couple seconds later because our speed is bad. And then eventually they're going to put our site below these two. So there's a bunch of factors here. It's not just the on page that makes you go up the rankings. It's not just the backlinks, not just the technical stuff. It is a conglomerate of different factors. Okay, but just know this is just a short example, of site speed being a part of the technical SEO. So these are the main 3 pillars, and I know this is a big overview. I have an SEO course, a free SEO course, going over every single one of these step by step. I'll link it down below in the description. I think it's 5 hours long. It's a long course because it is, in fact, a very detailed course because, again, SEO is simple. The search engine optimization, optimizing to rank first on multiple search engines. It is simple, right? You just think, okay, just have to optimize the site to rank first. Quite simple. It's not easy in the sense that there's these 3 pillars, and each one of these pillars is as if you were targeting a huge iceberg where you see the top, but there's a bunch of things down the bottom. Okay, so yeah, that's the very first thing I want to speak about, and hopefully this made sense. If you have any questions, just comment down below and I'll help you out. And again, I'll link to my free SEO course that nails down every single one of these ones in specific. It is 100% free. Again, I have nothing to sell you here, just providing value. So yeah, moving on. How to leverage SEO to actually make money with Shopify store. Now, I won't dive deep into off-page and technical because, again, these are like 5-hour long stuff. Again, I'll link down below. But I want to target on-page because this is not the biggest one, because these 3 combined will make you succeed and actually rank on search engines. And again, I'm not mentioning Google in specific because when I mention SEO, I want you to think about it as a thing that works for video search engines like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as text-based search engines like Google, Bing, and other search engines like Amazon and Etsy and eBay and all those, right? It's not just about Google. But again, let me dive deep into on-page because I think this is one of the biggest things that people get wrong because yeah, it's very important. So first things first is keyword research. Now, this is, again, a very boring topic in and of itself, but it's super important, right? What you have to do, and I urge you to do this exercise, is, and I'll give you an example so that you can then apply this to your own brand. Let's say my business is an iPhone repair shop. I have a physical store where people come in, right? This is my store. People come in to repair their iPhones, right? They give me money and I repair their iPhones, right? Now, I can rank on Google and I can buy ads. Let's just assume we're doing organic marketing efforts, right? I can rank on Google. And again, this is the type of product that it is better off that I optimize for Google and Bing as a search engine, right? Like I said before, all these are search engines and you should be optimizing for all of them. But again, inside your niche, inside the product you sell, you should think, okay, which of one of these search engines best satisfies and is best for me to sell my product? Usually, service-based businesses sell better on Google and Bing. Well, of course, some physical products too, but most physical visual-based products sell better on YouTube and all these visual types of things. Now, by the way, I forgot to mention, if you want a course on YouTube SEO, right? I also have that 100% free. I'll link it down below. If I forget, let me know. But yeah, I'll keep going on this. But again, the same principles apply, right? The same principles that I'm going to dive into for Google and Bing apply to all these search engines. Now, moving on. I have my iPhone repair shop, and people can come in. Sorry, and let's say I write blog posts like these guys right here. They're writing blog posts for the gardening niche. Their sole goal is to get more people into the brand, so that then they can go and sell them on their gardening products, right? But they're writing blog posts, and they're also on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. They're all on these on these networks, but they're also heavy on targeting and leveraging SEO for Google and Bing because of these articles, right? And again, let's say I'm doing the same thing for my iPhone repair service, right? I'm writing blog posts on how to repair an iPhone, tips to repair an iPhone. Should I repair my iPhone if I get X, Y, and Z, right? What's this black screen or blue screen I'm getting, right? All these stuff all these keywords related to my niche, right? Now, I can write blog posts and I can have people coming in for keywords such as how to repair an iPhone. But also, I can have people coming in for keywords like where can I repair my iPhone, or how much does it cost to repair an iPhone? Now, for example, this keyword, or the how to repair an iPhone, let's say has 10,000 searches per month, while these two, where or how much, only have 1,000. Now, one might think, okay, it's much better to target this one, right? It has 10,000 searches a month. It is in the same niche, right? Someone searching for how is most likely the same persona as someone searching for where or how much. But the reality is that someone searching for where or how much is much more likely to buy. Well, we can assume that than someone searching for how. Because someone searching for how, we can assume that most likely they want to do it themselves. While someone searching for where or how much does it cost, we can assume that they're much more predisposed to paying someone, this someone being me, to do it for them, right? And this applies to every single niche. What you have to do, and what I usually do, is draw out my keyword matrix, where in the y-axis I have BI, which is buying intent or buyer intent, and in the x-axis I have traffic as well as competition, because usually the higher the traffic, the higher the competition, right? And I make a list of keywords, right, that I want to rank for, and then I position them here. I position them here. And I do not target keywords that land here or target keywords that land here. I only target keywords that land on here and here. And I'll go over that in just a second. But for the list of keywords, you can use tools, you can use Google, you can use AI, you can use, there's paid tools, there's Ahrefs that can help you out. It's quite expensive, but yeah, you can pay and use tools. But the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is you, as the business owner, right? There's no one else that knows as much as you do about your customers and about your business, right? So what you do is you sit down and you think, okay, what issue am I solving for people, right? Whether that's a service or a product, right? Doesn't really matter. When people pay you something, when people pay you for a product or service, they are paying you because you're solving them an issue, right? In this case, people are paying me because I'm fixing their iPhone for them. I'm fixing them the pain. They have this pain that they want their phone fixed, and they give me money to solve their pain. Again, with a physical product as well, right? Here, people are buying, seeds because, they want to grow something. They have the pain, okay, I want to start a garden. I want to grow something, so I need seeds. And these guys are selling them seeds, right? So after you know the pain, after you figure out, okay, what problem are you solving for people, right? You go out and you think, okay, if I was one of these people, and if I had this issue, and if I wanted to pay someone to fix this issue for me, what would I be searching for on a search engine? And then, of course, what search engine most likely would I do that? And to target and to measure traffic and search traffic, you can use tools like Ahrefs. But again, think about that. Put yourself in your customer's shoes and think, okay, what would I be searching for if I wanted to pay someone to do and fix this issue or this one thing I have in me? And once you have your list, you start populating this matrix with your keywords, right? All down here, all up here, right? And you do not go for keywords here. Why? Because first, these two quadrants here have low buying intent. So people searching for this are less likely to buy than people searching for here and here, because there needs to be a buying intent in your keywords. Let me actually show you an example right here. Like I said, you can use tools or you can't. It's up to you. It's both ways. And what I did here, I just added their site right here. I just added their target location and target language. And I have a list here of keywords, right? And I can go through the keywords and I can see, okay, out of these ones, right, I have the search traffic here as well, right? For example, this keyword, vegetable garden kit, right, has 170 monthly searches, right? This is a buying intent keyword. This one too, right? Gardening kit, that's the product for the ICP, the ideal customer profile for beginners. Vegetable garden kit, these are high buying intent keywords, right? You can say this one is higher than this one, but I want to find a non-buying intent keyword. For example, this is a great one right here, right? You might think, oh, only 70 searches, but it is the actual product they want, right, for a target segmented market, right? So don't just look at this, right? You don't look at the search traffic. You look at the BI, the buyer or the buying intent. This is the biggest thing ever, because you don't want to be wasting time ranking for keywords with 10,000 searches that are going to be very hard to rank for, just to figure out, okay, now I'm ranking first and I'm getting all this traffic, but no one's buying, right? And I want to actually give you an example. For example, let me see here. Bog plants. I don't even know what this is. Let me see here. Bedding flowers. So bedding flower. That's a good one. Soilful flowers. Gardening essentials. Yeah, these aren't really I wouldn't say that these are negative buying intent, so I wouldn't place them in these two. Well, I would place them down here maybe at the bottom, right? Because garden essentials, right? You don't know, someone searching for this might be just a student making a paper, right? Someone just interested in the essentials, right? It doesn't really tell me that someone searching for this keyword is ready to buy, right? I want to target, I want to rank for keywords where people searching for them are ready to buy, right? And so, for example, let me see here. Vegetable soil, again, a non-high buying intent keyword, low buying intent keyword. Garden of Las Vegas is a good one. Oh, this is a perfect one. Buy. They literally say they want to buy. I want to buy vegetable plants near me, right? I want to buy. This is a high buying intent keyword, right? This one too. Plant bedding could be, not really, expert not really, but I guess you get the point, right? I don't want to bore you too much with this stuff, but because you know the best about your niche. But again, the whole goal here is that don't focus on search traffic, focus on buying intent. Focus on the likelihood of someone searching for XYZ buying what you're actually selling, right? That's the biggest key here. So go and target these two quadrants right here. Low traffic, low competition, high buying intent. This is the best one you can target, right? But these keywords are rare to find, but you'll find some. For example, the one I just showed you, let's see here, what was it? For seniors, this is a great one, right? Low search traffic, but such a high buying intent. I want the best raised garden beds for this specific ICP. So I'm specifically looking for a bed for myself, if I'm a senior, and now I'm specifically looking for the best, right? So it's a high buying intent. So again, they're out there, just harder to find. And these ones, and again, are great too, right? There's a bit more traffic, a bit more competition, so they're going to be harder to rank for, but the buying intent is there, right? So go for here and for here. And I know this is boring, but this is what you need to do, right? Don't spend time and money going for keywords here and here, because again, you're just going to be wasting your time. So very, very, very important, right? Now, after you have your keywords, right? After you know, okay, I'm going to be targeting this, and this, because these have high buying intent, people searching for them actually are ready to buy. It's where you start like writing your blog post. Now, again, I just put in here writing, but if you're doing video SEO, just record your videos, right? Record your YouTube videos, right? Because again, going back to this, the search engine isn't just Google and Bing, it is all this stuff right here. And if you're targeting Amazon, Etsy, and eBay, which essentially are these listing sites, so essentially, as you know, Amazon is a product listing site. SEO for this is a bit more complicated, right? But I can tell you that, and it's going to be hard to explain, but I can tell you that the rankings here, of course, you can pay in ads to rank on Amazon and eBay and Etsy and all those, but the rankings here, of course, these platforms never reveal their algorithms, because if Google reveal their algorithm or if Amazon reveal their algorithm, people will start to game it and people will start ranking quickly, right? But the algorithm for Amazon is based off of reviews of the product, reviews of the store, the number of orders, but it's also based on social proof, right? What does this mean is your brand mentioned anywhere in the world? And I'll give you an example for Google, right? Google, again, they have hundreds of thousands of ranking factors, right? How many backlinks you have, how old your domain is, who's writing the blog post, is it an authority in the niche, are you present on social media, right? How many followers you have on Facebook, how many followers does your brand have on Google, on Instagram, how many followers does your brand have on Twitter, right? And they go through the web and look at all these signals for your brand, right? And take that as a ranking signal to rank you on Google. So this is all to say that for Amazon, actually for all these search engines, it's about your presence as a whole brand in the ecosystem of the internet, if that makes sense. So by writing blog posts and by becoming an authority, in this case by writing blog posts and maybe recording YouTube videos on Google and YouTube, you become an authority in the internet space. Your brand becomes known, right? And so other search engines will know that and will push your brand higher, if that makes sense. Hopefully, if you have any questions about this, let me know, but hopefully this makes sense. Again, your whole goal here is to be everywhere, right? Firstly, because of course, if you're everywhere, people will find you easier. But if you're everywhere, if all these search engines know who you are, know who your brand is, what they're about, they know you have hundreds of followers here, you have X YouTube videos here, you have X blog posts there, you have listings here and there. If your brand is prominent in the niche, if all these search engines associate your brand with a certain niche, you will inevitably rank higher on all these. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, again, writing blog posts. What you need to do, put it pretty simply, is to satisfy. satisfy the user's search intent. Okay, so again, obvious, when someone's searching for I don't know, best dog leashes, articles about cat leashes will not show up, right? Google only serves their users content that satisfies the user's search intent. For example, if you write how tall is the Eiffel Tower, Google will not give you a blog post, a long blog post saying, oh, the Eiffel Tower was built in da da da, it is this tall. It's not they don't do that, right? Because they want to satisfy the user's search intent as best and as fast as possible, right? So if we can just, actually I'll just show you here, how tall is the Eiffel Tower? If you search for this, right, Google gives you the answer right here, right? You don't need to dive deep and click a blog post and go to Wikipedia and go and wait, okay, how tall is it? Let me see, okay, it's this, right? Because it is a bad user experience, right? Google wants to give you the proper information, right? This is proper information, right? But also, they want to give you that information as quickly as possible. That's why you do this, right? And again, you apply the same principles for all the keywords you want to rank for, right? That's why, for example, in blog posts, and I'll show you here, again, you don't need to use this software. I'll just show you here because I think it's a great example. For example, right here, I'm going to search for the gardening niche. The blog post you're going to write need to follow a certain criteria, right? When you're trying to rank for the best tips for gardening as a newbie, right, you give them a table of contents, right? So they can skim through, okay, so let me see if they talk about what I want here. They can click to go to the actual zone. And you also give them a key takeaway section, right? What are they going to learn by reading this article, right? Because if you don't have this, right, what's going to happen is that you're going to make people have to scroll to find the info they want, which is not a good user experience. And again, Google will provide users info and that satisfies their search intent as best, so the information needs to be high quality and as quickly as possible. And so you have to keep that in mind when writing your post, right? You have to make sure that the post you're writing satisfies the search intent and of course satisfies the keyword. Again, for example, this one, 8 tips for starting a garden as a newbie, right? You're going to go through this, you're going to add images, like I said before, you're going to add links to other articles of yours, you're going to add links to your products, you're going to add bullets, tables, quotes, when it makes sense, right? To increase the viewer's experience, right? Images, you're going to have videos if they make sense, right? If they complement the piece of media or in this case, the article that you're writing, add them there, right? Again, add every single thing you need to make sure that this piece of information is the best it can be, right? Because your goal is to rank first. And there's a lot of competition. I mean, there's some, even if you go for keywords here, right? There's still going to be a lot of competition, right? The competition here is crazy, but the competition here, it is still some competition. It's not going to be like a piece of cake ranking first. So again, there's going to be competition. So you're going to make sure to write the best possible article you can, right? The best one. And what you can do too as well is when you have your list of keywords, you can search for them on Google and see, okay, who's ranking in the top 10? And you click those sites and you evaluate, okay, there's actually several points you should evaluate, not just the content itself, because again, of course, you search for the keyword, you click the sites, okay, this blog post talks about this, this and that, has this images and talks about this. Okay, now I need to write a blog post that has the same information and then more on top, because it needs to be more valuable, right? That's the first thing we need to evaluate. And of course, the second thing is, I mean, if Forbes is ranking first, or if this very big authoritative publication is ranking first, it's going to be hard to outrank them. It's not impossible, it's going to be hard, but also do take that in mind. Now, an easy way to outrank them is, because again, Forbes ranks first for a lot of keywords and all these authoritative sites rank first for a lot of keywords, when there aren't brands in the space in that niche. For example, for a keyword, I don't know, best flowers, I don't know, let me just give you a random keyword, best flowers to buy, best indoor flowers to buy, right? If there's a brand that Google associates with, okay, this brand, you go here to buy flowers, indoor flowers. If Google associates your brand with indoor flowers, even though Forbes and TechCrunch and all these sites have huge authority in Google's eyes, they don't have the authority for the niche, right? So your site, because maybe even if it's less authoritative, it is more authoritative when it comes to your certain niche. So you outrank them. So don't worry about when you search for a keyword on Google and see, these domains are so powerful. How am I going to outrank them? It's easy, right? You just write a better piece of media, whether it's a video or a blog post. And because your brand, throughout the years, throughout the months, is going to become an authority in that specific niche. So don't diverge from that niche. Keep going on that niche. You will outrank them eventually, because again, it is about specific authority, not generic authority. These are just terms I made up because there's no authority, right? It is a concept. Authority is a concept, but you'll start noticing that when you start getting followers to your brand in your social medias, or starting posting blog posts, you will see that Google will start ranking you on all these platforms, start ranking your site and your brand for niche specific keywords, and you will slowly become an authority in that specific niche. Right? Hopefully this made sense. Okay, now moving on, you can accelerate the process, all this by using AI tools, right? As you know, AI is a technology, and just like anything, it applies to the real world and to the online world, not just SEO, right? Again, for example, Tesla is building robots to essentially make sure that factories can be more productive, right? Because a human can only do an 8-hour work shift, while a robot can do 24 hours, right? They can keep working all day, right? So AI is essentially, think about it as a tool, for example, as a wrench. Yes, you can leverage, and you can use your hand to tighten up a bolt, or you can just use a wrench to do it more times faster. And that's essentially what AI is. So before, without AI, let's say, I would like to give this analogy, you used to have to climb all these steps to success one by one manually, right? Doing the keyword research, so for finding what keywords I want to rank for, then actually writing the articles. Then once you have this big wall of text, right, you have to go out and source the images, right? Then source the videos. Then, okay, I have an article written, I have images, I have videos, it's great visually, but then I have to add internal links. So I want to link out to other articles of mine. I want to link out to my Shopify store. I want to link out to my products. I want to link out to my homepage, right? I want to make sure that there's a proper internal linking strategy applied here, right? I want to make sure that it is valuable to the users. But to do that manually, I used to have to, read through the article and find the best place to add the link to. Once I have the place, I have to figure out, where I'm going to link out to. Same thing for external links, right? Linking out to these authoritative sources. Then I have to publish it. Then I have to syndicate it to social media, right? Because I want the articles to be published to my social profile. So this used to take a while now. With AI, you just skip ahead of the line, right? Because, what you saw here, this is all written with AI. The images, this is AI-based, this image. All this is written with AI. The links are automatically done with AI. So it reads through this, then it goes through my site and finds, what's the best place or what's the best blog post I can have a link placed in this one to that, and it finds the anchor text, which is this little text right here, automatically. Does this for internal links, does this for external links, even adds relevant videos that complement what the article is about. Again, all this done with AI, and I can just click here to post it to my integration. I can skim through them and can just post them one by one, or I can just click here, publish auto integration, all 6 will be posted to my integration. If I want to automate the process, just go here, auto blogs, new auto blog, and I can have this AI produce, right, however many articles I want, and publish them to my site every month, week, day, 12 or 6 hours. So again, I can automate, I can just connect this AI. And again, think about AI as a technology, as a tool you can leverage to do more faster, right? And I can just connect this with my site, right? And I can have it do the keyword research for me, the content generation based off of the keywords that it found, do the content publishing, also content indexing, also indexes the content on Google through setting up an indexer right here. And once the blog posts are all posted to my site, I can have it so it syndicates to my social media platforms all automatically, like LinkedIn, Twitter, which is now called X, Facebook, and a bunch of others. Can essentially automate all this, right? Which is pretty cool. Now, one thing I do want to mention is you don't need to leverage AI. You can and you should, in my opinion. Of course, I'm biased because this is my tool. You don't need to use it. You can use ChatGPT and others, I guess. But you're going to be doing so much more, so much faster, because your competitors are going to be going up the stairs one by one, slowly, while you leveraging AI, this amazing technology, can just skip ahead of the line, right? You can have the AI do the keyword research, so the AI can find the keywords you should be ranking for. Just add your site. Again, you don't need to use this AI. You can use anyone you want. But just add your site, add your country, add your language, and we'll give you a list of keywords that you can leverage. You can take and you can have the AI produce content based off of these keywords. One pretty cool thing is that you can even add a knowledge base. So what this is you can essentially connect our AI brain with your brand, right, with your e-commerce brand. And as you know, your brand is made out of assets, right? An asset is your website, right? It is your LinkedIn as well. It is maybe any text documents you have, even some audio documents, right? All these and many more, these are brand assets, right? And what you can do is you can connect this AI with your brand. And now, because it is connected, the AI knows as much as you do, you being the owner or founder, it knows as much as you do about your brand. So it's able to produce brand tailored content using your own brand's mannerisms, your brand's tone of voice, your brand's images. So essentially, it doesn't produce some AI generic content, it produces brand tailored content, which is very, very valuable. So yeah, again, you don't need to leverage AI, but I think you should, because again, you can do so much more, so much faster. So hopefully this was valuable. Again, if you want to learn about these two other pillars that, and honestly, you should and you need to learn about off-page SEO and technical SEO, because if you just go for on-page, for the keyword research, the article writing, it won't be enough, right? Trust me, it won't be enough. You need to be building backlinks or acquiring backlinks organically. You need to have a proper technical SEO strategy. You need to have the proper meta tags. You need to have a proper schema markup, proper site speed. If you want to learn these, which I think you should, I'll leave 2 links down below for free courses that are here on YouTube as well. So go out and watch them. But again, hopefully this is valuable, and this is essentially what you need to do to grow your Shopify store revenue. Essentially, taking your Shopify store, right, having a blog associated with it. So this is a blog with multiple blog posts, right? And each one of these blog posts isn't just some random blog post, right? All these blog posts target specific keywords, and all these blog posts are meant to be ranking. This is Google and Bing, right? Ranking when someone searches for a specific keyword, you should and need to be showing up first, because people search for it, they click you, they get introduced to your brand, and they eventually buy. This is exactly what these guys are doing. They sell, like I said before, $70 million a year. Of course, not all these come from Google and Bing. They also come from these other search engines, but they're here, right? Now, this is a strategy. Now, if you want a bit more advanced strategy, I'll cover that. I've covered that in other videos of mine. Is if you're, for example, a e-commerce brand that sells all throughout Europe, right? And in Europe, of course, there's Portugal, Spain, Italy, France, and in all these countries, people don't speak English as their native language. So what you can do is you have your main blog, but then you also have a blog in Portuguese, right? All these with different blog posts in Portuguese, targeting keywords in Portuguese. But then you also have one in Spanish, right? ES. But also you have one in Italian, right? Then you also have one in French, okay? Actually, I think, I gave this example here, right? But I'll give it again. In French, right? You have all these blogs with individual blog posts in the language of the target country, all these targeting local keywords, right? And these blog posts will rank for keywords in those countries, and they will all lead back to your brand, to essentially you're funneling traffic from these blog posts that are ranking for keywords in those countries, in these non-English speaking countries, that then drive traffic to your main Shopify store. And one thing about this is that usually and oftentimes non-English speaking keywords are much less competitive than English speaking keywords. So you might notice that if you do this matrix for English, then do the exact same matrix for the exact same keywords in Portuguese or Spanish or Italian or French, you're going to notice that keywords will not show up beyond this point, right? There won't be high traffic, high competitive keywords. I mean, there will be, but you'll notice that there's going to be a shift to the left, because for the same keywords that are targeting non-English speaking clients that again have the same buying intent and all that, there's much less competition, because less people search for non-English stuff, right? For example, in Portugal, it is easy Google to rank for, and I have clients here. I used to have clients in Portugal. It was so much easier to rank for Portuguese keywords, because basically it boils down to supply and demand, right? There's the same demand, but there's not enough supply, right? So that's why it's less competitive. It's quite easier to rank for. Same thing applies to all these other Googles. So again, if you have an e-commerce store that sells all throughout Europe, this could be a strategy you could and should implement. But again, SEO is free, right? It's about writing cool stuff or creating videos, creating content, whether it's video, audio, or text, and then make sure you optimize it via SEO, via search engine optimization, so it ranks first on all these search engines. So that's it. That's the video. Hopefully you liked it. If you want to use this tool, you can use the code SECRET10. And if you made it all the way to the end, SECRET10, please don't share it with anyone, but the SECRET10 will give you 10% off. You can still use ChatGPT and all that, but the good thing about this one is that essentially it automates a lot of stuff for you. Again, like I said, keyword research and content generation based off of these keywords, content publishing, content indexing, and content syndication, all done for you on autopilot. In terms of content generation, it isn't just some random blog post, right? It is a blog post with a featured image, a table of contents, proper article structuring with in-article images, in-article videos, bullets, tables, quotes, internal links, external links, all this automatically done for you. So it is pretty cool. That's it. Again, I'll leave a link down below for the courses on off-page and technical, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.